Hey, all, my name is Kurt. I'm here with Trenton, freshly back from vacation. It's good to have you, sir.
We haven't filmed anything in a week, and it feels weird.
Wild, man. It's wild. Welcome to SLB Basement Bourbon Bar. And you probably thought we're going to be talking about this bottle on the bar top, but that's not even anywhere remotely on the subject that we're going to be discussing. I just put it up there so it's something for us to sip while we're talking about all these other bottles. Oh. If you remember, I got this several years ago. This is one of my earliest big purchases. This is a Jim Beam Distiller's, what do you call it, Trent? Distiller's Masterpiece.
Yep.
Distiller's Masterpiece, finished in PX sherry casks. It's been a delightful bottle, man. It's been really, really good. But any more around the bar, Trent, once they hit this lower mark here, it's time to finish them.
You're ready to go.
I poured you a little bit of that. You can put that over there.
Thanks.
I poured you a little of that so we can have a few tastes during this show.
It's 100 proof, too.
It is 100 proof, yeah. It's really, really good, man. I mean, it's really good. It cost me roughly about, if I remember right, I think it was about $90 back in the day. I think that was almost 3 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tried it once and I liked it so much I've been trying to find one ever since. But you know how that goes.
Good luck.
It has not been easy.
Yeah,
and I still haven't found one. So maybe one day.
All right. Well, since Trent was away, we really didn't talk much while you're gone because, I'm a big believer in that. If you're on vacation, be on vacation. Right? Spend some time away. But he had an idea. And I thought it was a pretty good idea. So why don't you tell the folks what you came up with for the show today?
Well, we talk a lot about different bottles and things that we're drinking, right now, like all this kind of thing. And this actually kind of spawned from a couple questions in the comments, actually. I read some comments on vacation, which I usually don't do a whole lot. But I was kicked up, relaxed, and I was feeling good. So I was like, let's read some comments and see what's going on. A lot of people were asking what things you have backups for. Or what is something you continuously purchase after, like, let's say you finish a bottle. What are you going out and buying another one? Mm-hmm. So I figured I would give you a task. I would give you some homework.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Hey, you challenged me.
And I don't know if I gave you a number. I just said, come up with some bottles that you have backups for. It looks like you have 50 over there.
He said, it's a challenge. We're going to do a challenge show. He said, so you can't go out and buy anything. This is just 1 hour ago. You can't go out and buy anything. You can't purchase anything right now. Whatever you have as a backup bottle, we're going to put it on the show. I found 11.
11?
I found 11.
Yeah, it looks like a lot.
I know we had 10, but I found another one.
You always have to make it an odd number. Or make it odd. I see some of them, maybe not what I would have expected. Some
really? Okay.
Obvious.
All right.
But we'll trot them out and kind of see what you have to say about them. I have to cough though.
Wow, you're getting more like me every day.
I know, I got that. What do they call that?
I don't know what they call it.
Not GERD. some kind of reflux. Well, you take a little pill for it. Prilosec.
What's it called?
Acid reflux?
Acid reflux.
Is that what that is?
Well, that's like GERD.
I just know that Pap has GERD, and I looked it up, and it sounded like a word I wanted to say.
So he was hacking the whole time you were gone?
Yeah, he takes a pill for it.
Does he really?
Pill for GERD. He wasn't hacking a whole lot, just snoring.
Huh.
But yeah.
Well, there you go.
It was a good time.
Yeah, good deal. Well, the first one, guys, nobody's going to be floored on this one. Nobody. I got a Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I got this one as a backup bottle.
I would have never guessed in a million years that would have been in your backups.
And I will tell you this, because when that buyout in our area, where Let Go basically bought out a bunch of our local stores, which is kind of a bummer. They mispriced this. So remember we had some people telling us if you want a bottle, go get it. Yeah, it was like $38.
38?
Yeah.
Did you buy all of them?
No, I just bought. I'm not for that. I truly have no multiple bottles other than the ones I'm going to show you with one backup. I like to have other people have a chance too.
That's true. So, I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I don't do that. But this one here, I had to go get it, so I got a backup of Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Now, come on.
Shocker.
You knew that was coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
Next one I got, Trenton, might not shock you either, but I saw this at Harry's. Hey, the price sticker's still on there. $29.99.
I feel like that went up quite a bit since a couple years ago.
Yeah, no. This is not a couple years old, I promise you that.
Oh, I know.
So it's probably several months old, but it's not a couple years old.
I just met that.
Got lucky, $30.
I vaguely recall that being in the teens, like 18, 19, a year and a half ago, maybe so.
And that's probably why I got it. Honestly, I do like it. It's not on the shelf constantly anymore. We do see it quite a bit, but it's not on the shelf all the time. Old Granddad 114, and I got it for $30. So hey man, I had to have that for a backup bottle.
I heard that this is considered allocated in Indiana at the moment. I don't know if that's true nationwide, but I heard that in Indiana this has become sort of like an allocated thing, which is a real bummer. I first heard about this bottle in the Death & Co. cocktail book. They use this.
Really?
They mention this for use in some basic cocktails. I think like a... It wasn't an old fashioned. It was something else that was like a little bit higher proof. Or they mentioned this as a nice alternative for a higher proof old fashioned.
Sure.
So I went and looked for it a couple years ago, and I found it. Yeah. Triangle.
Wow.
And then I haven't seen it much since then. So good bottle though.
Yeah.
I like it. Nice.
Yeah, I'm glad to have it back because I think I got that much left in my bottle on that one too. That's right back there.
About that much.
About that much. Yeah. So about ready for that one. Next one's the Scotch, and I tell you what, I have to be thankful for the good folks out here. When we first started doing a few Scotch shows, everybody and their mother told me to buy Glenallachie 12-year.
And that you did.
And I did, and I loved it. And so I've got a backup bottle for that.
What's the price run on those?
Those are like, well, it's gone up a little. Like anything else, they were about $60. I think they're now closer to $70.
Okay.
Something
not
like
too
that.
bad of an increase.
No,
just kind of it is what it is.
It's going to be what it's going to be. Yeah, but between $60 and $70. Fantastic single malt. I love that one. This one here, you remember we bought these, Trenton?
At the distillery.
Yeah, at the distillery.
Well, do you remember why we bought it at the distillery?
Because we couldn't find them here forever.
And then Harry was like, "Oh, I just bought 30 cases of it." Well, and I was like, "Really?"
Too bad now because I got one in a backup.
Yeah.
So this one's my backup. This is a big old jug of Old Forester rye. I love that stuff. For the price point, if you get the 750, of course, it's going to be roughly around $20.
Yeah.
But boy, I use that extensively in cocktails and everything else. I love that stuff. It's a good sipper too.
So do I, yeah.
$20, gotta have it. This one,
it's kind of a shocker to me.
Come on now, this one is so good though. I mean, I had, John J. Bowman single barrel. That one, I haven't had it in so long. Even I don't know if I did have it, and then we ended up finding it somewhere. Where did we find it? It's one of our.
We were on a trip.
We don't have it up
Colorado.
here. We don't have it up here. Was it Colorado?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it home delicious, right? Yeah. Delicious 100-proofer. Really great. So, back up with that bottle. Good thing.
Did we feature that on a show recently? Is that why we kind of got it? Because I picked up a bottle too. And I don't know if it was because we just don't find Bowman stuff around here too often. Mm-hmm. I have the small batch. I have the port finish. The port finish is really good.
Is it?
Okay. It is, yeah. I thought that the single barrel with like the green label was rebranded or something.
Different.
Yeah,
it's different than the one I have back here.
Is it?
It's right.
This one.
Yeah,
this one.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, so I think I got one of these in Colorado too. But I feel like we covered it on a show. I don't remember what.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was our blind and Mom picked it.
I don't know. Who knows? It's been on a show. I'll promise you that. Maybe one or two. The next one was one of our trips, and Trenton's just good at finding these kind of things. We were in Ohio. Remember that?
Oh, the land of Weller, Ohio.
Yep. And you looked this up, and we were able to find this at a really good price. So
like $32 or something.
Yeah, it was really cheap. Wherever you found it at.
We were actually doing a new riff pick, and we hopped over to Ohio because it was like a bridge, and then a couple steps over we were in Ohio. And I had heard a ton about the Ohio liquor app. It's like OHLQ or something. They have like a public inventory that I hear is pretty price or not price accurate, inventory accurate. So we typed in a couple things. We got one of these.
Yeah.
I got a Weller Special Reserve. Kent I think got an Eagle Rare.
Oh yeah, he did.
We went to a couple stores.
Good memory.
And it was actually a pretty cool find.
Yeah, it was. It was great. And Antique 107 is definitely a favorite in the Weller lineup for me.
Probably
personally.
The second best Weller in the lineup.
For me, it is.
Behind Foolproof, I think.
For me,
yeah.
For me, for sure. Yeah. All right. You're going to like this one. You ready?
Are you going in the middle?
Oh, I'm going there.
I like it.
I got the. I had to get a backup of this one, Trent. And I know you probably got a backup too. But the Middle West ported pumpernickel rye whiskey, so unique, so fantastic, flavor profile robust. I mean, what other whiskey can you buy that's going to give you a little bit of that firecracker?
Yeah, none.
You just
can't.
Right?
I'll do you one better. I don't just have a backup. I bought a whole case of it.
You did not.
There was a liquidation a liquidation of some sort at a liquor store in Kansas, and one of our Discord members, Rodney, has purchased a lot of these because it's like $39.99. These are usually like 80, 85 MSRP.
Right. Okay.
And because of the liquidation, I wasn't sure if they were just like discontinuing this line, and I haven't heard anything about it since then. So I bought a case.
Wow.
$39.99 a bottle. I couldn't pass it up. It's so good.
Well, again, as per normal, I got one backup.
I know.
And that's okay. That's okay by me. Next one here is another stalwart down here, and I hope to always be able to find it. We couldn't find it for a while, so that's why I made sure to have a backup. Russell's Reserve Single Barrel. Love that stuff, so got to have that. Yeah, I can't quite see that, so you want to make sure those are lined up.
Oh, proper. I gotcha.
All right. Next, what I got in line here, and we talked about this not that long ago, Trent. This is an American single malt. This is the Westward Pinot Noir cask. Once I had the first few sips of my bottle, I started looking for another one for a backup.
Well,
I absolutely love it.
I'll tell
fantastic.
You, after the video that we did, you had a lot of people clamoring to find one of these.
Oh, really?
A ton in the Discord.
It's
they
worth
were looking
it.
for it.
It's worth it.
All over. There were probably 20 posts of people trying to find this thing.
Well, I finally got this from Harry. He finally got some in.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's. I'm glad I have it because I thoroughly enjoy that bottle.
I like that one. I thought it was good.
Yep. All right.
Believe it or not.
Well, that's saying something. Anything is attached with single malt attached to it, and Trenton likes it.
It's
that's
that
saying
good.
Something. One of my favorite ryes that I've pretty much ever had, Barrel Seagrass. So I didn't know Trenton. I mean, I kind of see these once in a while now. I didn't know, though, if I would or not. So when I saw this one maybe 6 months ago, I probably got maybe a half a bottle left over there. I grabbed it because I kind of see them now and then now, but I kind of like it was one of those, if I don't get it now, I may not ever see it again type thing. And I want to make sure to have at least one more backup of it because it's just so unique. It's so tropical. I love it in my little summer old fashioned that I do with a little bit of pineapple syrup.
That is good.
Super good.
Do you know if this is like a what am I trying to say? Like a constant release, like an ongoing thing, or is it annual? I don't know.
I don't. It'd be a good thing to find out. If you know, let us know in the comments.
Please do.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, and this isn't because of me. All right. And I do apologize again. This is not a joke. This is the last minute. This is the last minute video. It was a good idea by Trent.
I put him on the spot.
So I had no time to prep for this. I just started pulling bottles. So excuse me, I forgot the name, but to the kind gentleman that helped me out and sent me this bottle, Trent. He sent me a bottle of the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520.
Your fave.
And this has won several blinds for me. I always thought the C919 was my favorite, but in blinds this one always beats it, the B520. And to the kind gentleman that sent me this, I greatly appreciate it because this is the only backup I have of that fantastic Elijah Craig Barrel Proof bottle. So that, sir, is the end of my list of what I have backups for. And it might be kind of surprising because, I truly get backups for, fairly common whiskeys.
Yeah.
For the most part. I know this one, I get that, but for the most part, a lot of it's fairly common, but I really like it and want to make sure I had an extra one.
I'll say, like, some of these are kind of obvious for me because just I kind of know what you drink and I know what you like, and sometimes I shop you, that kind of thing. But some of these, like this one, would have never thought. The Seagrass, would have never thought
this, really? I love that stuff.
I didn't realize you liked it that much.
Oh, yeah.
The Bourbon single barrel, I kind of forgot that we both got one.
Very good.
I knew that you had this one because we were.
I use it extensively,
yeah.
So yeah, you bet.
These two, obvious. Yeah. Westward, I'm kind of surprised too. Just because it's a little bit more pricey. I didn't realize you liked it that much.
Yeah, for me it was $90. I know some folks said they get it a little bit cheaper than that, but that was $90. But I loved it so much, I just had to get another one.
Yeah.
The Scotch here too. That's it's a great single malt from a great company for a decent price. So I was happy to get a backup of that too.
And I'll say the two single malts that you put up here, I'm not going to say I love.
No, yeah.
But they're not too bad.
Right. I know.
I'm going to have to revisit this one too, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a bottle myself, but I might steal your backup.
That's all right. I got some over there, and I got a backup.
I know you do.
It's all good.
Well, good job, though. That was a short notice.
That was short notice, and I honestly didn't even know I had 11 backups, to tell you the truth. I didn't know until I started pulling them out of the old closet.
I peek in the
old
office
every now and then.
I peek in there every now and then, but I didn't see some of these, so
yeah,
very cool.
All right, that's all we got for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, do us a favor, drop in the comments the backup bottles that you have that you cannot live without and you absolutely have a backup for. That's going to be interesting.
I'd love
interesting
to read those.
reading. Hey, thanks to all of you. We're glad to have Trenton back. If you're glad to have Trenton back, let us know in the comments too. If you wish he wasn't here, don't let us know that in the comments.
Well, do. I'd be interested. maybe I'll get booted off the show from popular demand. You know?
No, negatory. Negative. All right, as always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time. Right down here with Trent and I in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.